At the motion to compel hearing, they also discussed Colin Albert's availability for deposition, and the attorney that was there on his behalf, Chris Maddie, says that they have made inquiries and done research about how a deposition of an active duty service member could be arranged. Gildea interrupted him and said, "Did your research include a subpoena that had been served prior to them enlisting? Did your research include that?" And apparently it has. They say that because Colin is under the command of the United States Army, they have to reach out to the staff judge advocate, and they have allegedly done that 4 times and left 4 messages and haven't gotten a call back. But they still claim to believe the subpoena was canceled. I don't know why they're making that argument. I'm not an attorney, and I know it's a ridiculous argument. I guess they asked Karen Reed if they could depose Colin Albert later, maybe if they could extend the discovery period to just for the purposes of deposing Colin, if everyone agreed, including the other parties and Judge Gildea, and Karen Reed said no. We're not doing that. Not that it matters, but she said no for strategic reasons, because who's deposed and when they're deposed definitely matters in a case like this when you're dealing with liars. Maddie's arguing that it would be such a burden on Colin Albert if he had to be pulled out of basic training to be deposed, and Judge Gildea interrupts him again to remind him that this is a self-imposed burden. Okay? He wasn't enlisted in the Army when this subpoena was served. He just up and did it. Who knows when? Comes back with the craziest speech about Colin Albert enlisting and subjecting himself to basic training, and it's not fair to say that this is a self-imposed burden because he really took on the burden of serving our country. By the time he finished that speech, I thought Yankee Doodle was about to ride in on his pony. That's how, I heard the trumpets in the back. It was ridiculous. When he finally finished, Rosenberg reminded him a subpoena is not a request, it's a court order. And all of this could have been avoided if they would have just replied to their emails trying to reschedule the deposition instead of avoiding them for 3 entire weeks just to reply back saying that Colin Albert's only going to be available for these days because he has a work matter. Remember, that's what they said, a work matter. No one said anything about Colin Albert enlisting in the Army. And honestly, in my opinion, Maddie is coming off so disingenuous, and he's making himself look horrible in front of this judge. The same judge that is going to be presiding over the case in which his clients are the plaintiffs. Judge Gildea told them to keep working on it, and next time they reach out to the staff judge advocate, it will probably be a good idea to let them know that the deposition was not canceled.